being picked later on, especially if the other engaged supports have either been banned or picked, like the Gragas, like the Galio. But they have opted more for this Nautilus, maybe trying to focus more on locking down a specific champion for the side of Team Flash.
This can be quite challenging for Fennel, but I like that they picked up the Nautilus, because this is one way to have them reach the Zoe later on, pin her down and get her bursted out as well. But speaking of burst, this is a massive investment on burst, because we talked about the Riven a while ago as well, right? It has been quite a bit of a meta lately as well, reintroduced, especially with the recent buffs that this champion has received. Yeah. And T3 wants to get his hands on this champion as well. Can be quite useful, especially after the burst coming in from Coyote. If you're below half health, you're basically gone if T3 can just go with the execution.
Yeah. Also a very good top laner as well in terms of just holding its own. Also pretty good when it comes to the dives. If they add it more with some sure CCs like this Vi, I do like the Vi being paired here with the comp right now for Team Flash. It gives us this obvious direction of moving forward. Ornn can facilitate with the start of the fight with the Call of the Forge God, followed up with the Vi as well as the Riven. Clearly shows right now Team Flash is looking to fight against the composition of Fennel.
This is engage and aggressiveness coming in from Team Flash, but looks like Fennel will not hold back and will also invest on poke. This is great, but they need one more to make this a lot more effective, because Jace can really have an impact in a fight. However, it does have some sort of cooldown. It can be timed, it can be dodged. If you had in one more champion that can poke, that can be the difference maker. And we have seen the trend lately as well, double pokes working so hard. And this might just be it. I mean, if the enemy team can dodge your shock blast, make something happen so that they won't be able to dodge out, just connect the dark binding, they won't be able to dodge.
Yeah, Black Shield as well would help if there's a single target being hit right here by Team Flash. Let's say the cease and desist, the assault and battery for Vi. Whoever gets targeted, if you put the Black Shield, won't be able to be knocked up. Also block a lot of the CC, because looking at the composition as well for Team Flash, there's only one main magic damage coming from the Zoe. So if you do have the Black Shield on the target, it's going to be all physical damage hitting them, even the CC coming from the Riven, coming from the Vi. So you won't be able to take out the Black Shield as easily as compared to a more magic damage compositions. That could be the advantage of Fennel, but the only worry here is that, yes, they do have a bit of poke, yes, they do have some ways to catch from a long distance, but the amount of engage coming from Team Flash, as well as the mobility of those champions, is massive. The engage is massive, the mobility is massive, and when those two things come together against a composition that's kind of short, not exactly the longest of ranges, doesn't really have the best ways to disengage, it might fall apart quickly for Team Fennel.
Yeah, I mean, if you add mobility and engage potential of a team, aggressiveness as well, you create some sort of an unstoppable force, or at least a force that is hard to stop. And Fennel should find other ways to cripple down this force that Team Flash is building towards this game. This is a lot of investment towards engage. Fennel, they have invested on having many things that they can do here in this game. There's the pokes, there's the single target lockdown, there's the full-on engage as well. There's the AoE damage coming in from the Jace and the Morgana. There's DPS. But it's going to be, I mean, if you have a linear composition and a linear approach, one of the downsides that you're basically readable. Yeah. But for Fennel, their problem right now is that it's going to be complicated. Even if they can do many things, it becomes more complicated, and they have to be precise.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I think we're just going in a bit of a pause right now. Hopefully, it would stand right beside the power button, put his paw on the power button, and look at him.
My cat does that too.
Cats are smart.
That's why I put something on the power button on my PC. I placed something that would prevent it from being pressed. Because he does that. He suddenly jumps towards the CPU and then presses it, and it's so irritating.
Just cat
things. Okay. Let's go straight back into the game, because it is as interesting as it is. we have to also look at how Fennel is going to be orchestrating this game to prevent the boiling up of pressure of Team Flash, especially in their engage. So far, step number 1 is Helios winning mid lane and pressuring down Coyote. And so far doing a good job of that.
Yeah, so far has harassed Coyote down to below half HP, even with the Honey Fruit being used already by Coyote. So step number 1 is there, although the danger for Helios is it's still a Vi. A Vi with a Vault Breaker Flash can still catch a Lucian, even though Lucian does have the dash. So it might be, it's a kill angle in the mid lane for Team Flash. As well with Fennel, actually. Right now, the kill angle for both the mid laner and the jungler for Fennel, Chaz and Helios, is that it should be a counter, right? It should be Chaz in the right timing going to the mid lane. When Team Flash overcommits, they will be able to deal just a large amount of damage to take out the Vi. So that's something that both junglers and mid laners are thinking about right now, as we see a bit of a visit from the supports into the mid lane, just allowing both of the dragon laners just having the time of farming in the bot lane. Although Coyote did get the first recall, so a bit of an advantage in terms of lane tempo right now on the side of Team Flash.
It is going to be a bit of a slow-paced game, especially here in the bottom lane for sure, since it will take some time before Danny actually gets some damage built up in her kit. And this time, though, they engage with a Flash of Rights and helping out, and Chaz is here as well to secure that first blood for spells. Is just absolutely amazing for Fennel. It was a little bit risky, but they made it work.
Yeah, it was very risky, but Danny might be in a bit of a trouble here. He does have the ward. Those 368 is there. Can pop the black shield so they won't get knocked up. But Helios with a punish.
Yeah, exhaust gonna be used as well. Culling almost got Coyote. That was close. Had it been Ignite, it would have been another kill. But Danny still holding his own. Black Shield has expired. And the Assaulted Battery is gonna be invested for them to get the kill, but at a trade of their health and life as well. Red Sign gonna be connecting, coming in from Horizon. The charge gonna be used for the disengage of Shiki. Chaz just lingering down. Will he actually flash? He does! Shock Blast is there. Will it connect though? There's a wave incoming, trying to close the distance. Will be casting it. Connects to Shiki. Almost got him as well, but they made their way out.
Yeah, I think Chaz had his gate on cooldown. That's why he waited for it. But yeah, looking at the replay right here, I think there's a bit of an overcommitted here for Team Flash. They could have backed out, but they really wanted to get a kill in the bot side. In the end, it's a net positive for Fennel because they were also able to get a kill in the top side. So that is 2 kills for them for the price of 1 in the bot side.
But I like seeing the answer back here of Team Flash. They're not letting Fennel get anything without an exchange. They're willing to risk something in the bottom lane so that they can get something out of Fennel as well. And they made it work. Even though they've traded out a kill, that's still quite nice. It is a 1,000 gold lead that Fennel is getting. But again, Team Flash composition can work even when behind.
Yeah, definitely. Team Flash has a lot of damage in their composition. They have the Zoe with a really good catch. If you're able to get the bubble on a squishy and then Black Shield is not in the vicinity, could very well lead to a quick pick off from Team Flash. Also has the Sivir and the Vi. The rundown potential of Team Flash is massive compared to the composition for Fennel. Although for Fennel, if they're able to dodge some of the initial engages and then turn around and deal damage or bait them into objectives and then turn around and go for a fight, Fennel does have a bit of an advantage there. But still, a lot of the advantage I feel like is going to be on the side for Team Flash. It's going to be on Fennel on how they will punish any of these small mistakes that Team Flash might be showing in this game.
I mean, they can have a great counter towards 368's Vi as well, right? Just one use of the Black Shield, properly timed though, should allow them to cancel out most of the kit of the Vi. And that's going to be very crucial later on in the next succeeding fights. We're up to 5 minutes already, and that's when the objectives spawn up. We'll see if Team Flash will be focusing on accelerating this game or scaling. With 368 here in the Dragon Pit, looks like they want to just opt for the scaling since they know they can actually head down towards Fennel in the long term. And it will be uncontested for now. Herald being started by Fennel, as Chaz is focusing it as well, will be taking it without any sort of pressure coming in from Team Flash.
Yeah, I also like the adaptation here from Fennel. Initially, they put Helios in the bot side, but when they figured out that this Riven doesn't really prove much of a challenge to Helios right now because the Riven is slightly behind the game at this point, they just put him here along with Chaz actually just shadowing him throughout this lane. This isn't really a huge kill angle, but if they can chip this Riven down, they can still be able to get more platings and maybe even get first turn on the top side. Horizon is here.
They will, and Horizon as well will try to help out a little bit late though, and it's a great vision that T3 actually established there to spot them out. Call of the 4 shot gonna be used, that is gonna be here though. They used it just for the disengage, and Team Flash will be fine.
Yeah, Fennel doesn't know. Okay, I thought Chaz might have gotten his recall cancelled right there, but it doesn't seem to happen. But so far, Team Flash still trying to find picks, trying to go for punish. Danny might have gotten a bit of a scuffle against Team Flash. Is low, has to recall, so a bit of a mid lane tempo right now going to the side of Team Flash. It's just these small macro things right now that's happening in this game. No big fights yet because these teams are still trying to get the edge against each other. Chazo might be going for a bit of damage here in the mid lane. Still a very healthy turret. It's gonna be hard, but still a very healthy mid lane. They may be able to get this though.
They will, but it's going to be very difficult as well. Hexacle going to be used here onto Coyote. Great charge coming from Horizon as well. They are able to get the Zoe down and help the Herald just take this tower down. Actually, they are unsuccessful with it, but the Dark Binding connects! It is unfortunate for Kudet had to flash away still. This is going to be finally tactical sweep though. Will secure the kill, and Chaz just accessing through a flank. T3 will survive, but the rest will not.
Yeah, that was a great response right there from Fennel. They immediately popped down the Herald. Is looking at this replay right here. This Herald we're talking about, he won't be able to destroy this immediately, but with Fennel just going in here one by one, going for the fight against Team Flash, they were able to throw a lot of the damage on the members of Team Flash right here, and the biggest mistake really is coming from Kuden. He walked into that root and spelled to just beautiful slows. It's Team Flash, it's Fennel getting the early game advantage that we kind of wanted them to get to be able to pilot this composition well against the composition of Team Flash, who right now really has a lot more CC compared to them.
And this time, we had the conversation with regards to Coyote, right? However, we're not really seeing that impact that we were looking forward coming from him just yet. We see him getting picked off first, and then we see the whole team collapse as well after a couple of mistakes being made. Fennel this time around from 1,000 gold lead are now up by 4,500 against Team Flash.
Yeah, this good signs for Fennel. The gold lead, the snowball potential that they can have right now could be massive. Kuden almost getting caught out. There are no other members of Team Flash there. That is very dangerous territory he's walking into. While Team Flash trying to make a play in the bot side. Great response as well from both Danny and Helos. Just the respect of where Team Flash could be in the map right now is very much well read by Fennel. So far, Fennel seems to be at the top of their game in this game one of this best of 3 series so far, not really making any big mistakes, and just feels like they're reading Team Flash like a book at this point.
Yeah, and so far not becoming a great reunion with Coyote, with the rest of Team Flash right now. Usually it's a happy start, right? It's a celebration, but so far it is a bit of a conflict that they are experiencing as of the moment. Fennel's the one that having a great time with this kind of composition. We mentioned them supposedly struggling with how complicated their approach might be going up against Team Flash, and how easy it should be utilizing this composition by Team Flash. However, we see the exact opposite this time. Fennel has been more efficient, more productive as well in their approach against Team Flash, and able to chip down so many of these structures from Team Flash. Nearly taken down his tier 2 tower, and Team Flash has no answers so far.
Yeah, Coyote on the Zoe hasn't been really that effective so far, and it's not a total lack of his individual skill so far. It's just been Team Flash feels like they've been playing on the back foot this whole game. They haven't been in the positions where they need to be. Coyote has not backed up to the team as well to throw these pokes coming from the Zoe, as well as Coyote does not having these opportunities to be too far forward with his team. So it's being taken advantage right here by Fennel, and Fennel really needs this win as well to have at least a good showing when we end the season. They won't be getting the playoffs, but we have seen Fennel win against Naos. That was like the start of their ignition in terms of getting into a good, at least a good overall mental standing into the series. If they get another win here in Team Flash, that would very well be something for Fennel to look forward to as when we get into the next season.
especially that it was a 2-0 one-sided beatdown, right? It was so impressive when we saw it, and we looked forward to seeing more coming in from Fennel. However, it's just unfortunate that we're not going to be seeing them on the playoffs, right? This is their last chance to have their mark here in this tournament. And they're doing a really good job of it as well. So far, controlling Team Flash. So far, pressuring them down, preventing any sort of good angle for this engaged composition. And it's just forcing them to just watch as the objectives are being taken. This second Dragon is just going to be denied here for Team Flash. Absolutely no chance for this team to contest.
Yeah, the re-return here by Fennel on the Dragon essentially did not let Team Flash get any way or shape form into challenging it, even getting second tier turret now here in the bot lane. Team Flash is just bleeding from all the resources that Fennel is getting. This gold lead does not balloon as much. It's probably at about 5k at this point, but the control that Fennel has is really a lot more pressure that Team Flash cannot resist at this point.
I mean, they're trying to do something to make or create some sort of resistance, but so far it's not being proving to be effective. Great charge coming in though, coming in from their Ornn. However, the follow-up wasn't just there. Couldn't tries to deal the damage here onto that, but gets engaged instead here by Chaz. Try to flash away, heal's gonna be there, and the follow-up is just there from Fennel. Coyote though getting an answer back is good for Team Flash, but still not enough.
Yeah, it's not enough. But still, there is a couple of kills for the side of Fennel as we head into this replay right here. I think Fennel was trying to look for a fight as well to maybe get the mid lane turret, but this is a good engage coming from Shiki and 368. But unfortunately, they didn't have the damage. They don't have the gold to be able to do this. And Kuden was so far away from the fight. He just got here as the fight ended. If he was there as soon as the juggle happened, it might have been enough damage to be able to kill 2 or 3 members of Fennel right off the bat. But unfortunately, the timing was a bit off right there for Team Flash. And Fennel was the one who came out on top.
Being too late costed him only being able to do damage equivalent to like 3 auto attacks. Then he got bursted out. That is just so unfortunate coming from Kuden. And we have to really look at Coyote as well right now and see how they are also struggling in going with the pokes before the engage comes through from T3, because that is the requirement. They have to poke first. They have 2 champions that can poke from Team Flash.
Yeah.
And after the pokes, after the HP of Fennel are chipped down to a bit of a low threshold, that's when Team Flash can actually strike harder and leave a dent towards Fennel.
Ooh.
Charge does not connect, but the damage comes through from Coyote. Can they actually secure this kill? Call of War charge gonna be used here onto Fennel, but unable to land onto any of them. This provides more safety for the movements of this team.
Yeah, but that is how Team Flash, that is how their comp should work, right? Initial damage coming from the poke from the Zoe. If you can hit it on a squishy like the Morgana, you take her away from the fight. Even though she has the black shield, she wasn't slept using the bubble. She was still able. There was still an efficient amount of damage. Like she was a quarter of her HP at that point, and that essentially is a champion away from a fight. That forces a 4v5 situation. So that is a situation that Team Flash needs to get to be able to win these fights. If they're able to get more of that, they might just be able to wrestle a bit of control. But with how Fennel is moving, with how forward, with how much they're trying to force Team Flash in these awkward situations, the timer is really getting shorter and shorter for Team Flash.
Yeah. Look at the amount of space that they're getting, information as well, and as they get information, they deny both space and information for Team Flash as well, and they're forcing them to just squeeze onto each other, just trying to squeeze in some sort of area here to get an angle maybe for Coyote and Kuden as well, but unfortunately they aren't able to just get the pokes going. That's why they're losing their structures right now. But the Burnstone! This time, I'm sorry, I just had a curse right there. As I say it now, Team Flash is just gonna be engaging here towards Fennel. We'll be picking up 2 kills. Step charge, unable to do something. Team Flash now are starting to work.
Yeah, Coyote's feeling it in this game after 15 minutes. He's feeling the damage that Zoe can deal. He's been trying to go for more of these aggressive poke angles that we haven't seen him done in the first 10 minutes of the game, and now getting 2 pickoffs for Team Flash. Fennel is trying to figure out how they can get into this Baron as being started here by Team Flash.
Let's see if this is going to be worth it. If they are going to be able to pick this up. Spells is being interfered here by T3. Calling going to be used here by Helios. The intercept, they go inside the pit. 2,000 left onto the Baron, and Team Flash will be focusing. Chaz going to be interrupting. Can he get the steal? The answer is no. He gets a kill though onto the Zoe, and that's good. However, the rest of Fennel are going to be here through the teleport as well, trying to chase down the 368. Their charge connects. The Red line as well. They should pin him down, minimize the amount of champions that has the Baron, and so far they have taken 2.
I honestly thought Fennel was able to steal the Baron because I saw the bounties on the heads, but it's actually Team Flash. I forget the Team Flash is actually the team here who is behind, because how they're fighting this Baron fight here, it doesn't feel like it. It feels like they're the ones who are ahead against Fennel, as Fennel desperately tries to get this Baron. Baron has been secured here by Team Flash, and a bit of a chase here by Fennel gives him a couple of exit kills against Team Flash, but by the end of it, it's Team Flash winning heavily on this trade.
And they get the Dragon as well. This is a massive development, and also some clutches that we're seeing towards Team Flash that is so necessary for them to bounce back here in this game. Take note, despite everything that has
Fennel just a whole Team Flash just evens out the gold. They have a 2k gold lead to the side of Kuden, and that is the damage I feel like that we saw in the team fight. But still, the Zoe just deals so much damage right now to the squishy composition of Fennel that it doesn't matter if you have a 2k gold lead. If the Zoe takes away one champion, that is a negative. There is a negative mark on your standing economy, because that's 10k gold out of the game for the side of Fennel, because that champion is down. So yeah, Team Flash right now, Coyote showing up has stepped up after 15 minutes, has been getting these key picks for Team Flash, which has shifted the momentum of this game into the favor of Team Flash, getting even another turret in the mid lane.
And basically just rendering all the amount of gold lead of Fennel useless, because now they bounce back much better. You mentioned the gold of Kuden, mentioned the gold and damage of Coyote as well. Both of these players we've mentioned quite a lot of times during the early game, particularly them struggling and unable to do what they need to do in the particular fight. But after saying that, they now bounce back and has improved significantly. And we saw the burst coming in from Coyote as well towards Danny that actually allowed them to take the Baron a while ago.
Yeah, exactly. And now Elder Drake is up. Team Flash still has a lot of catch potential against Fennel. Fennel needs to have a clean pick right here. It's so hard against a composition Team Flash. T3 is on the other side of the wall, and Chaz doesn't know it. If Fennel was able to maybe catch the champion out, maybe, just maybe, but don't really have enough of that burst to take down any of the melee champions that Team Flash has right now. While Team Flash, this Zoe, Coyote, with just one battle star can take out a member of Fennel. It's so dangerous for Fennel, the risk that they need to take here to be able to challenge the Elder Drake against Team Flash.
With the risk involved, we see Team Flash as well having the more confidence to actually set up here in the Elder Dragon, especially in the amount of ways that they have bounced back here into this game. They are starting the Dragon, getting chipped down a little bit though by Fennel. They have to respect the pokes coming in, especially from Chaz. But Ryzen is going to be forced to use the flash. Stasis as well, going to be used to buy some time. Shock Blast as well towards Kuden. Hurts a bit. Team Flash is still fine.
Yeah. Coyote right now really finding the confidence and just going for these aggressive plays, going for the paddle star. Ooh! Okay, he's
There's
safe.
the ult coming from T3. Is he gonna be going in? Extra ultimate denied with the Stasis. Call of Force God gonna be used. Ryzen in the backside, casting it towards Coyote, and it drops dead! Chaz as well gonna be following up. They do get the kill onto the support here of Fennel, but still it's gonna be fine for this team. They get the blast in. Heals as well gonna be popping up, kiting the members of Team Flash. A stolen battle is gonna be a little bit later for Team Flash, and again wiped off the floor! Fennel outweighs the cost and has found a way to finally chip them down.
Yeah, Fennel just outplaying Team Flash. Team Flash banked on so much their poke potential, the T5 potential. They grouped up as 5, but they forgot about Ryzen. Ryzen with the biggest flank we have seen probably in the whole league. Just outflanking the whole members of Team Flash, and Fennel ending this game immediately, getting game 1.
Immediately. Given no chances for Team Flash to bounce back for a second time. Where's the guy?
It's blocked by the chair.
It's blocked!